Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Pillars of Eternity with me, Bregaton. Gonna speak to Durance. And what must you say now? I had questions I wanted to ask you.
If doubts and curiosity plague you, you're skinning your knuckles on the wrong door.
Why were we supposed to meet? The why of it is you're a watcher. He snorts. A watcher runs two roads of why. For me, it's more a matter of what. There was a time when I wouldn't have spared a thought for your words, or even bothered with you. But now, seeking out watchers is what I do. Put the truth to them. See which of the two ways they bend. He smiles slightly, taunting. Truth. What kind of truth? Either a dry field in need of a harvest burning. He frowns for a moment, his eyes flat. Or you're lost in the darkness. Either way, you can see differently from others. He gives a half smile, and his tone becomes accusing. And tell by the way you notice the staff first off. Not many can see it at first, or the etchings or the flames. But your eyes. He stares at you, almost eagerly nodding. Your eyes trace the path. That I could see. So which are you? A dry field, or lost in darkness? Durance's face tenses. Today we don't trade that question back and forth. Today our paths no longer need to be joined. And the trial. Durance's hand clenches his staff. The trial is done. So you don't know either. You know this nation is diseased. Don't need to be a watcher to see it in the children, the politics, the men that stalk the roads with knives in hands and murder in their eyes. This land needs life again. New seeds planted in the burned soil. His voice drops, mocking, and his eyes narrow. And something tells me you can see the path to making that future happen, Watcher. Your kind always does. So then, we need to make sure you see truly now. This nation, its people, don't need any more lies blinding them, nor do I. You test the truth. You don't blindly accept it. And how do you plan to test me? Sharing the road, of course. One truth to match another, matching each other's pace, keeping rhythm. Other priests can keep their teachings and rantings. For my faith, my teaching, sharing the road is a simple, hard truth. His smile widens, and his hands tap against his waist once, then twice. When you knock one truth against the leg of another, why, both legs stand firm. But now, if you strike a lie at the knee with the same force, his smile dies, and his eyes narrow. Why, you make a cripple with but one leg to stand on. Is that why you carry that staff? Is that why I... Durance is about to launch another volley of words, blinks, and he rolls his head back and laughs deeply. Laughter coming until it seems the air will run out of his lungs. Till it seems... forced. Perhaps your words are worth listening to, Watcher. He frowns, any trace of humor gone. But the truth will win out. Keep pace, and we'll see. Let me ask you about something else.
The cost of troubling me seems to worry you little.
I wanted to ask about the region and its history. Durance grunts. Can you tell me about the Hollowborn?
That's a curse that runs deeper. It's a god hammer of a different sort. And like the god hammer, it was made by men's hands.
Durance's voice becomes bitter. All things have a price. Left unchecked, faithlessness, virtues. It leaves marks on souls. Until souls don't have the strength to enter bodies that are pure. Animancers, ciphers, all who play games of the fabric of souls are to blame for the barren field they leave behind. Durance glares at you. Even watchers can do the same. Some simply watch. Others try to weave souls. Guide them as surely as wide wind across Evan Dwur. Here. He turns away. That's why I correct the Hollowborn when I find them, and the ones whose hands have led to this seed being spilled on the ground. Correct the Hollowborn.
There are fewer souls. There are more vessels. It is simply equaling of the process.
That's murder.
I feel more remorse in putting down a slathering hound. A wict? Less than a mongrel in its misery. Murder is a kindness, not a crime. Always has been. I would sooner put the blade to those who are to blame instead. If any spirit should be punished, it's theirs.
Durin snorts. And who's to blame? The fields of the Deerwood are filled with weakness, ripe for those that play with souls, minds. His face wrinkles in a frown. Animancers and their kind. Watchers too. They bear more of the burden than their victims, and more of the punishment. Every year is seen a new crime. The Saints' War, the Hollowborn, and the Salvation. There is no proof Watchers are to blame for these events. There are few who can shape a soul in such a fashion. Durin stares at you. And any Watcher, any true Watcher born in the Deerwood, would be able to see the crime even if they did not cause it. Silence itself is damning. Why don't you end me then?
Murder you? I would not grant you any of them. The mercy I grant the Hollowborn. You would not be deserving of it.
Durance laughs coldly. You'd equate murder with mercy.
Murder is an old word. Mercy is letting a soul fly free to the next body. True punishment? Ruining someone to their soul. Crack their spirit like you would crack their skulls with a staff. Beat them. Hurt them in mind and body. So their souls become shards. But you leave it inside the vessel, like a bag of glass, to either choke on it or pass it through their bloody stool.
Durance scoffs, and Durance's hand tightens on his staff, as if reciting a cadence.
Then, leave it in the body to think on it, like planting a new field with the right seed.
He makes a locking motion with a twist of his hand, then grins, satisfied. It sounds like you've committed it to memory.
Many marks may I make upon your flesh, but flame leaves marks that cannot heal. Magrin doctrine dictates true punishment is one that remains in memory, in the soul, in the flesh. Even should the victims die, slowly or swift, sometimes by their own hand afterwards, the lesson lingers, burned in their flesh.
Durance becomes somber, quoting. That seems harsh.
Have you seen a man branded by flame? He remembers it always, in every waking movement. It is a lesson writ in the only ink and vellum that matters, blood and flesh. One can burn the soul as well. It is an art, and I do not take pleasure in it, but there is more at stake here than forgiveness. Many of Aethus's faith were punished in the purges following the Saints' War, and the ones that harmed children, they suffered worse.
What do you mean?
We did what must be done. Wherever they were rooted out, their souls reclaimed. And if they couldn't be reclaimed, we ensured they would never inhabit another body.
Durance's face hardens. His hand clenches his staff. I wanted to ask about the region and its history. Durance grunts. Do you think there's any tie between the Hollowborn and the Godhammer?
Aethus was the god of rebirth, and his light does not fall on the Deerwood. I've heard some claim it's his doing, his death. It's closed the halls to new souls. I doubt it. The Hollowborn have their roots in the acts of men, women. I feel it.
Durance frowns. Oh, asked him about the region and its history again. They keep troubling me. I may extend the tithe bowl for each question. Enough questions for now. The road keep us until the next campfire.
If doubts and curiosity plague you, you're skinning your knuckle.
Alright, so he won't talk to us anymore. Are you serving a while? Let mysteries and questions remain with him. At least until the next time we need rest.
If doubts and curiosity plague you, you're skinning your knuckles on the wrong door.
Alright, tell me about Magrin. Alright, so he won't talk to us about anything. You have Wow's eyes painted on your skin. There's more mysteries than questions. Even a marching force of answers won't placate you. Even soldiers need to let their thoughts settle. Just as their priests do.
Huh?
Ha! Okay. My bad.
These ones are it.
I was not expecting the boars to put up that much of a fight.
Yeah.
That's on me. Hey, we leveled up. Alright, athletics. Save that point. Alright, so they all grab Enduring Flames here. Paladin's Flames of Devotion do burning damage over time. Modifies Flames of Devotion, 3% damage inflicted over time for 10 seconds. Good enough for me. Alright, let's keep exploring. I play it a little bit more cautiously. Actually, let's go ahead and change our formation real quick. These guys further back.
Yeah.
Alright, this area is clear. Let's head over to Black Meadow. Two more level ups. Yeah, we'll give him weapon and shield style. So equip shield's deflection bonuses are increased and grant an equal bonus to the character's reflex. So self, plus 6 shield deflection bonus also applies to reflex. Pretty straightforward. We'll have a shield equipped the entire time. Oh, and Aloth also leveled up. Lore. Maybe I should do mechanics instead. I'm gonna grab Curse of Blackened Sight. This shrouds the target's vision in total darkness, blinding them. So blinded for 26 seconds. That's really good. This might be worthwhile, in case we run across more spirits so you can knock them back. Allows the wizard to smash an enemy with the Grimoire energized with spiritual energy, causing large damage and knocking the target back.
Yes?
That should help keep him a little safer. Oh, I can read the description now. Ludrana's Grimoire, a thick tome filled with small, tidy handwriting, once belonged to the wizard Ludrana. If I swap to this, can I read the other one? There we go. Alos Grimoire. Though the cracking binding of this grimoire suggests that it has seen much use, it appears to have been meticulously cared for. The leather cover is smooth and oiled, not a single page is wrinkled or dog-eared. Alos' neat, careful calligraphy has been painted across the pages, forming an orderly catalog of the spells he's learned and incantations required to cast them. Arcane symbols shimmer and writhe across the pages, ready to absorb and channel energy. You feel traces of Alos' essence within the grimoire, and can almost hear him reciting his spells with measured precision.
Yeah.
How may I help?
Huh?
Hey.
Oh, there's a whole handful of them. Start slinging spells back there.
What? That's it!
Alright, cut him down. We'll throw out a healing spell.
Oh,
I?
Alright, so trolls aren't that bad. Not a bad haul today. Watch the road, Willem. I mentioned to try out the new blade. Also, Dirt's leveled up. It seems pretty good. So Inspiring Radiance, allies gain an accuracy bonus from the priest's Holy Radiance, modifies Holy Radiance plus 10 accuracy for 12.5 seconds, once per encounter. Off to a great start. Go ahead and try and drop that guy. Let's throw one of these out first thing as well. Got some serious range on it. I cannot see his health. It looks like he doesn't have any. He's the leader, so I'll burn some cooldowns on him.
That's it.
Alright, run him down. Someone carved the initials TRS into the log. Greasy chicken bones rattle around the bottom of this crate.
Keeping quiet.
The shipment crate for Tuatanu. A tattered note. I need you to deliver our haul for Kern to sell. Do not speak to you unless you know the words Ik Nibion Eldfian. He's only found in an F? Or an L? He's only found in the gift after dark.
I'll see what I can find.
This area's a little bigger than I thought. I'm gonna finish mapping out this northern strip, and then we're gonna go back to Gilded Vale.
Hey.
You.
I shall. I?
Since we're about to go back to town, I'll burn through all of our cooldowns, since we're gonna rest when we get back anyway.
That's it.
Alright, hang in there, buddy.
Breathe, Ligna.
Alright, good, he's blinded. Makes things a little easier.
Yeah. Huh?
Alright, easy peasy.
Nice and slow.
Trees and shrubs have grown up around these ancient bones, shrouding this monument to Galawain beneath their leaves. Fine wand, a couple of scrolls. Rite of Ancient Legends. Rites are a special type of magical scroll. Ritual contained on the scroll allows the reader to grant a specific skill bonus to all of his or her allies for a long duration. Alright, Scroll of Fire Ray. It's a scorching ray of flame between the caster and the target, inflicting continual burn damage to the target and anyone caught in the ray. Alright, that's an upgrade for him.
Yeah.
Alright, let's head back to town, turn in this quest. Go and buy that shield.
Hail and well met.
Ah, you're back. Anything I can help you with? Hand over the crate. I found that shipment you were waiting on. Tuatanu reaches out to take the crate, raising it effortlessly onto the counter. Excuse me. His face splits into a broad smile. Why, so you have. This is excellent news. You can finally get back to work and show you real Black Hammer quality. None of these flimsy little swords. Here, I'll give you a taste. He ducks behind the counter, and rises with a heavy wooden shield in hand. Might not have had much in the way of materials to work with, but still Black Hammer craftsmanship. You go on and take it. Got the larder door. And here, some coin for your troubles too. His pleased expression dims. Did you find anyone with a wagon? Bandits overtook the wagon. I doubt your people survived. Tanu shakes his head, running a hand over his bald pate. Poor fools. Always told them they ought to hire some guards, instead of palming the extra coin. He sighs. I have to hire on more hands. I don't suppose you want to settle in Gilded Vale, try some delivery work. He smiles thinly. Yeah, my thanks for your assistance, friend. Give me some time to work the forge. You have your pick of the next run of weapons. To the larder door. The shield appears to have once quite literally comprised the front of a larder, so has the pull ring and metal crossbands reinforcing its surface, giving it considerable heft when swung at an opponent. Despite its humble origins, the nicks and gouges on the shield surface suggest it has seen more than a few battles in its time, and proved a sturdy defense, though it leaves a harrowing prospect that there may be a larder somewhere lying undefended. He grants bash. Alright, he gets that, and I'll get the other unique shield that he sells.
Greetings.
Tanu gives you a broad smile. Always good to see a friendly face. Hope the Vale is doing kindly by you. We made good use of those supplies you brought us. Some of my best work. You ever want to see our special stock? You just say the word. I'd like to see your wares, please. Of course. Sure, you'll find something to your liking. Okay, he sells fine stuff now, so I'll probably buy a fine Warhammer as well. But first... Alright, where's that shield at? Let's go and grab that. Barely puts a dent in our... Well, I guess it's about half our funds. Shouldn't say I barely put a dent in. It was 50%. And this would be great. I think I need the Warhammer, though. Well, I guess I don't, because I have the greatsword that I'm using right now. So I prefer... No, since I'm going to buy the shield. Yeah, let's have this on hand. It's a little pricey, but I think it's worthwhile.
Yeah. Good day, stranger.
Alright, let's go to the inn. We'll rest up there, and in the next episode, we'll return to the Black Meadow and continue exploring that. Let's Kolsk. Hold, sir, but a moment. A hooded man waits upon the road, clad in a green cloak. He strides forward to meet you as you approach. At a closer distance, his features are revealed for those of a younger man, though lined with wariness. He appears to be favoring his left leg as he walks. There's a dark stain upon the fabric of his trousers, under the knee. Even so, he greets you with a polite bow. I imagine Tuatanu is very grateful for the return of his supplies. He is a good smith, a good man at that. Beholden to a cruel master, but a good man. Gilded Vale is full of such people. People who deserve better than to watch their home descend into fear and madness. He turns to look out over the village. I aim to save them, but I ask your help in doing so. Who are you? Only a man determined to see Gilded Vale restored to its former glory. It was a time stranger, but Gilded Vale was worthy of its name. The wheat shone like gold on the hills. The village's people lived well. I don't know about the golden crops, but there were less flies anyway. And what has become of it now? Whatever has caused a blight upon our lands, it is not the fault of its people. Radric looks to punish us for crimes we have not committed, and in turn, he is blind to his own. I am not, and he will pay for what he has done. I, Kolsk, swear it by the flame. Like many tyrants, he has surrounded himself with stronger men and women for fear of retribution. The man smiles thinly, and so you are warned. You'd press on despite that, however. I wonder if we might not help one another. It depends. I would not help others out of charity. I see. His tone belies some disappointment. Well, if I cannot appeal to your sense of justice, perhaps your practical nature will suffice. The task I ask of you would improve all our fortunes. Too long has Gilded Vale suffered under Radric's madness. He would cure Widewind's legacy by ensuring there are none alive in the village to be afflicted. I fear his own wife, Igrid, may be at risk. The man has no mercy in him. We have not stood idle. My people and I breached the defenses, intent on ending Radric's rule ourselves. We entered through the sewers, under cover of night, but we were routed. His face darkens. There are dark creatures down there in the dungeons, the work of Radric's Animancer. It falls to you. Lord Radric has called for further reinforcements, and soon there will be no stopping him. Our time grows short, and in this hour, I must beg assistance where I can. He's gonna owe us more than some rubble-strewn plot of land after this. Fling him from the ramparts, or else cut his head from his shoulders. I care not. Once his throne lies empty, Gilded Vale will have the stewardship that it deserves. Whatever your reasons, I can promise you that your aid will not go unrewarded. Lord Radric has amassed the spoils of a long reign. End it, you may take your fill. I'll find Radric and deal with him. I commend you on your courage, and thank you for your assistance. I would not send you onward without due warning. Radric's hold is crawling with soldiers and sellswords, all loyal to Radric. They will not take kindly to intruders. In truth, they will be all the more alert for our failed efforts. A frontal assault would be unwise. If you would brave it, you could follow our steps and seek out the entrance to the sewers at the eastern edge of the moat. He looks away. But several of my men were captured. And maybe the entrance has been found and sealed anew. These are men under my command. I'd be in your debt if you found some means of helping them. Once you make it inside, seek out my old friend Nedmar. He is the High Priest, Baratheon, now that the Shining God has fallen. A good man in difficult circumstances. He will listen to reason. Durance chortles, nearly choking on his own disdain. Shining God. Never shone so brightly as when the bomb took him. The moniker is obsolete now. Ash does not shine. It's like if someone was to call you the attractive priest Durance. Nedmar can help you reach Radric. He resides in the upper level of Radric's hold, protected by guards and mercenaries. You have to keep to the shadows if you mean to reach him without alarming the entire keep. No sense in wasting resources if it isn't necessary. I'll keep your advice in mind. Spoken like a tactician. Keep your wits about you, and I'm sure you will prove the victor. You'll find Radric's hold to the east, past the eastern wood. Or Estern Wood. I wait word of your success. Alright, so I still want to go rest. You know what, we might go after the bear next episode instead. Because we do have a party of 4. That's some pretty significant upgrades.
Hail, traveler.
Alright, I'm gonna call the episode here. In the next one, we'll probably go try taking on the bear one more time. And if that fails, or if I change my mind, we will go back to the Black Meadow and finish mapping that place out. But for now, thanks for watching. I hope to see you guys in the next one.